Are you still in a dream, Snake Eater?
No, always.
Yeah?
I might have to eat a tree frog.
Yeah, sometimes you feed on a tree frog.
Oh, yeah.
To go through the trials. To survive for the thing!
Damn, if I wasn't sick, I could totally sing that part. Damn it.
We say goodbye! I give my life, not for honor, Abraham, but for you. Not you, but Snake Eater.
The Snake Eater,
yeah. Okay. Anyways, talking about Snake Eater today, and it's going to be awesome because Abraham and I agree on this, what we're about to go into, for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
And we are the only people
I know, the two in the world.
Yeah, the two in the world. And if you are out there and agree with us, send us a chat.
Yeah.
Send us a chat.
Let us know we're not alone.
Yeah,
we have a hotline for this.
We do. Yeah, we do. You're not alone anymore.
Yeah.
If you thought you were alone. Metal Gear Solid 3 so far. And I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say it. I personally think it's the weakest story-wise in the series.
Yeah, okay, and you can vouch for that. You've played 4. I'm about to.
Yes.
Out of the first
3 that you've played,
I have to agree with that. Unfortunately, it's definitely
We got the heavy thing out of the way first.
Yeah.
Okay. We don't even have to go into detail about why exactly yet. We can just kind of let it organically happen. I love this game.
I love it too. No, this is a phenomenal, amazing
top tier,
game.
in many ways better than the second one on a mechanical level, on the developer level.
The gameplay elements, it's really nice and challenging. Just awesome.
Yes.
Just fucking great game. I can't. Wow.
Yes, it is great on a technical level completely. The story is amazing. Neglecting what I just said, it is completely amazing. Some of my favorite moments are in this game.
Easily.
Some of the best moments are in this game. Some of the best connections, some of the best little stories and sub-arcs and stuff like that, all from this game alone,
Yeah. Oh, man.
So, I don't know, Abraham, why don't you go ahead and just kind of tell me some of the stuff that you really liked about it, and just let me hear it, man. This is your deal.
Okay, you know me, I'm big on the gameplay, and the first thing you notice in this one is the gameplay is just really different. You don't have your radar anymore.
You played Subsistence, so that means it's a 3D camera control.
Yeah, it's the 3D one, and I was
360.
The 360, and I was switching, I was alternating between the two constantly. There was a value to it the way I was playing it. Sometimes you could see over walls kind of easier, so there was a use to it.
Okay, cool.
So I was alternating constantly, but even then. Even with the 360, being able to, I will say this, being able to see what's in front of you when you're walking, definitely big, nice addition to that.
Especially to these big, wide open spaces.
Yes, that was one of the things I noted. I was like, this game is really made to be 3D. It's kind of, had I played it just top down, I imagine it would have felt really weird.
A lot of switching to first person.
I would have been doing that a whole lot more, a lot more than I did even in 1 and 2. So it was definitely made for 3D. I think it seemed like they had that in mind when they were making it, but just when they got to it, I guess they hadn't quite finalized that or something. I don't know. It seems kind of it does not, the 3D does, the third person does not seem tacked on. I'll say that. It does not seem tacked on at all. A lot of new gameplay elements. You're curing yourself. You're fixing yourself up if you get injured, and when that happens a good amount of times if you're not careful. You're feeding yourself. You have to keep your stamina up and everything. The way you sneak around, you've got camouflage, which just a lot of.
How'd you like the camo index?
I liked it. It was a little bit slow for me. Not really slow. It just kind of sucks to. It's like, oh, I'm in a new area. Hold on, let me change my camouflage. But that really is not a bad thing. I got so used to it, it didn't make it.
Yeah. It does kind of slow the pacing down just a tad bit.
But it was fine. I liked it.
Did you utilize it a lot, or did you
all
kind
the time?
Okay,
all the time.
Cool.
I'd walk into an area and I would instantly go there and see what was the highest rated, just so I stood a better chance. Did
you wear face paint?
Yeah, always.
I usually never wore face paint because I didn't like the way it looked like in cutscenes. I'm like, I want to see Snake's face.
I kind of accidentally, I figured it out later. I was like, oh, you don't need Raiden's mask on later. or Rykov. I'm sorry, Rykov.
Wait, did you have his mask on from the beginning?
No, not from the beginning, but I went in, when I snuck into not the second base, but like that
in Groznygrad.
When you dress up for a scientist as the first time.
Oh, okay,
I had that mask on, and like the cutscene, like Snake is there with Rykov's mask, and I'm like, oh, he's talking, but his mouth isn't moving. This is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
So
you didn't have to have his mask on for that. That's right.
I learned that later on. I was like, fuck. But that was
just kind of glasses. You gotta fix them.
That was just kind of that was a funny moment though for me when I played through it. But no, gunplay is a lot nicer, and probably the biggest addition was the CQC. That was
how'd you like the CQC?
Fucking great. There were some nice little tutorials on the main menu, and I went to those. I was like, okay, so I learned just some basic moves, and just it flows right from there, like a lot of the other context-sensitive Metal Gear stuff does. Just flows right from it. You know exactly what you're gonna do when you press the right buttons. Really awesome. I slit a lot of throats in that game. Once you get to the Sorrow, I'm like, I probably should have shot a lot of these bitches because I have slit a lot of throats in this game. Like, damn. But CQC was really awesome. I used that on the boss a whole lot. So
how'd you like that final boss fight?
Damn, that was a good fight. And she's
so fast. Did you ever try to shoot her?
Oh yeah, no.
She takes your gun apart and throws it to pieces. You know?
No. It was really awesome because like I switched my camo and I managed to hide from her, so I started hunting her.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. And she was trying to hunt around for me. She's looking for me.
Did she ever get on you when you had your gun out or something like that?
Yeah, she did.
Did she ever take your gun apart, like I was saying?
No, she didn't take it apart.
Really?
I think she disarmed me one time. No, I kept my gun like the whole time. I guess maybe I switched to the
knife or something.
Yeah, because I would hear her running after me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And I was like, I try to switch my weapon as fast as I can.
That's what you need to do, because if she grabs you, she'll take your gun to pieces, and you have to collect all the pieces,
really?
and it's hard to find the pieces because it's in that high flower bed or whatever.
Yeah. But no, that was a great fucking battle. God damn.
The scenery was beautiful. Also,
and she kicked my ass hard the first few times. I was like, damn it.
It's a hard fight.
Yeah, it's a really challenging.
You really need to know CQC to win that fight.
Yeah, definitely.
I love that fight.
But I had it decent by the time she got to me, and so like I would counter her every now and then, manage to like get a few shots in, run away, so she would lose track of where I was.
Yeah.
But, I know, great.
Dude, I would CQC her to the ground and like double shotgun her.
Exactly. Oh, okay, shotgun. I just like AK her with the M16. I think I had.
Cool.
But I know. So the CQC, great addition to it. Really, really great.
I haven't even picked your brain about this specific character yet. What did you think of Volgin?
Oh my gosh. Volgin is a really cool character, and I guess we'll go into it later. Like, it kind of ties in with like other things of the game that we just don't like. Volgin is a great villain. I like him. He's really evil. He tortures people. He's sadistic.
He's bisexual.
Yeah. He's angry. He's a really cool villain. I guess we'll preview what's coming up. He wasn't quite as deep as I wanted him to be. I guess he didn't really need to be, but compared with like other villains, he was just kind of a really shallow. He's just, I'm angry and I'm going to use the Shagohod to restore Russia to whatever. And I was like, okay, well, anything else would you like to tell the class? You know, it's kind of a weak little transition there. But no, other than that, oh my gosh, he's great. The boss fights with him, he's really resilient. So
yeah, right.
He really goes after your ass. He does not let up. So he's a really cool guy though. Like, and
I liked how he like electrified bullets out of his fists and stuff like that.
Those into, that's really great. Yeah, a really great way of using those them bullets right there.
Them bullets. Well, let's kind of get into some of the stuff that maybe, the kind of stuff that we kind of saw that was lacking compared to the other games. And, I guess we could start with the Cobra unit. Like, what did you... okay, let's look at Foxhound from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yeah, Foxhound.
Amazing fucking characters.
Oh, yeah.
Revolver Ocelot, Liquid Snake... you had fucking Sniper Wolf,
Psycho Manus,
which goes down in one of the coolest characters in video game history, Vulcan Raven, which was amazing. Decoy Octopus, which you really didn't get to know him, but you did. You saw him as
we saw him.
Donald Anderson, but anyways, Great, that's a great cast.
Oh yeah,
fleshed out characters. Definitely. Everyone had like a reason to be there. They all kind of pulled their weight in one way or another.
And they had an impact on the story. You know? They weren't just bosses. They had like an impact to you and what your mission was and all that. Sniper Wolf was over there, you know, shooting out Meryl, you know, the whole time, like really just hurting her to get to you.
Just to get to you, baiting you.
Fucking just. Psycho Mantis opens the door for you to where you're going. Psycho Mantis has brainwashed all of the soldiers in the base, you know, so they're important characters.
They're very important. And same thing could be said about Dead Cell. It was a very functional group.
Even more so for them.
Even more so, yeah. Well, me and you can gush all day about Dead Cell, that's for sure. What do you have to go through the names of that? Every single character in that entire unit was fucking amazing and served a huge purpose. And you had not like very personal ties to, you know, you can't say that about Cobra Unit.
Unfortunately not.
There's nothing. There's no substance to them.
Yeah, they were literally just boss characters.
Except the Sorrow, maybe, could be said. The Sorrow and the boss, you know.
Yeah, the Sorrow, he's definitely deeper. And they go into that, which was great. But the other characters, really, they're just there for you to fight against.
Yeah, they are. I'm the boss in a cave, you know. Okay, I'm the boss in the forest, you know.
Exactly. It kind of sucks, too, because they're so complex, like, emotions. Like, being afraid. Fear is a very complex emotion, you know. The fury, the anger is a complex emotion, and they're just so simplistic. I think the end was the only one that really gave you like a speech. Yeah, everybody else was just like, "I am the fear. I'm going to kill you." Kind of.
Yeah, fear is the way.
and then like that's kind of it. That I'm like, whoa.
Said their names a few times, and then exploded. You know.
But they're cool bosses.
They're very cool bosses. Very cool ideas.
Like hornets, and then like disappearing, the fear and everything. The end is like a master sniper. You know, they're really awesome characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just really like they're shells of what like they could be. It's like here's on paper, but they needed.
But like he worked with them. Like, so, you know, they could have brought up, like, times that they had worked together. Like, remember the time that I saved you, Jack? Or remember the time I did this for you? You know, and, like, missed opportunities is all I see, like, for this.
Exactly. Same here. Like, just great starts, but just not fleshed out to where they could...
And what's ironic is this is the longest game in the entire series. Right? So it's like, but yet it's kind of like the least substance-worthy. Exactly. And that's kind of the problem with this entire game. It's very easy to digest.
Yeah,
which was on purpose because of the backlash that Kojima received and stuff like that. But you know what? I don't like. I can't hate this game. It's a great game. I love the entire boss and Jack thing, and I love the Jack and Ava stuff, and I love Ocelot being around. I love how he was kind of like training Ocelot, you know, just by like beating him every time. He was like Ocelot always learned something from it, you know.
And Ocelot did a major turnaround from where you see him in the start of the game to where he is by the end. He's CQCing the guy that just beat Boss.
Yeah.
That just beat the boss, you know, hand to hand, toe to toe, you know.
Totally. He's got a man of just conviction, you know. Oh, yeah. He was going to get better no matter what.
Yeah, and he did. He's got his own like honor system too, which was like you're down there fighting Volgin, and he's like cheering you on. He's like, Volgin, fight like a man, you know. It's like,
so, I totally dig that.
Oh god.
I found it kind of funny whenever y'all did the draw at the end, and then he kind of just jumps out of the plane.
Yeah.
See ya.
Well, all right.
Did you win the duel, or did you get the? Did you grab the gun?
I lost. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't want to. I shit on this game too much as it is, and like this is me shitting on it, talking about how much I love it, and then just saying it's not as good as the other one.
Yeah.
That's the version of me shitting on this game because there's not much to shit on. In all honesty,
you can't.
You know, it wasn't as cerebral as an experience as 2. You were talking about how there wasn't as much philosophy and stuff like that in this one.
Definitely not. Like
towards the end, there was.
At the very end, the boss's speech, fucking fantastic. I was like, oh. I sat back in my chair. I was like, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm watching this. I'm like, yes. Her speech is fantastic. Just
very good.
Who is your real enemy? Enemies are not, you know, concrete. They're just relative. You know, it's situational. You know.
Yeah.
Great speech by her. I love that.
Which is just one of those continuous themes throughout the entire Metal Gear Solid universe. That gray is the color of society. You know, it's not just black and white. It's just different shades of gray, and how different evils may see the things that they're doing as not evil, you know, and just it's everything's just great. There's no good guys, there's no bad guys, and like she was saying, enemies can change at a tip of the hat. You know,
and a nice commentary on, you know, like the Cold War. Will Russia and America still be enemies in the 20th century? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Lo and behold, you know.
Right. So, but at the very end, man. I mean, what'd you think about that? I mean, powerful ending.
Oh my gosh, yes. Jeez. You get to that final part where Snake's at the grave, and I was just like...
Yeah, and then, you know, Ava's wrapping up her speech, and she was just like, you need to know that, like, all along, she was dedicated to her job to the very end.
Yeah.
And even she... And, like, what you kind of get out of it, and this is not what Ava explains, is that, like, even she knew that it was not the right decision. Even the boss knew. But, like, she herself needed to be dedicated to the end, but she wanted something different for you, for Jack, you know?
Yeah.
And even though that she was on a different side the entire game, she was giving him lessons the entire game, giving him lessons and cues of how he was going to have to beat her and how he was going to have to continue living his life the way that she didn't. So he didn't end up like her, pretty much.
Yeah.
Powerful stuff when he's there and he's fighting off that tear and he's saluting the grave and he's looking down. I mean, gets me every fucking time.
And Ava in the background, her narration, and even she gets emotional.
Yeah, her performance was amazing. Her voice performance was so good, you know?
So yeah, that was really great, powerful ending there. So
and they had sex on a bear rug. That's my bucket list right there.
Oh, fucking bitch! Wake up in the morning. No, she's gone.
Did you catch all of it? That like she didn't really steal the legacy.
I saw that,
she got the wrong one.
She got the wrong one. Yeah.
You know, because I'm assuming the boss gave her one, which was a fake one.
Yeah, which the boss was probably given a fake one.
Yeah. And then so she had, and then he had the real one. And I thought it was awesome that like the boss was. Related to the philosophers, and like she was just another loose end that has to be taken out and stuff like that, and all this money got accumulated by the philosophers. So now you know who the dead people are at the end of 2. You know, so like I was trying to say, you kind of get some information, but like you don't know what's going on. Yeah. You're gonna take home 4 tonight, man.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna start playing it this week, right?
Oh yeah. Oh definitely. Got time to kill. So
I can't wait, dude. This is it. You've reached it.
This is the finale.
You got there sooner than I thought it was going to be, and I'm so excited for you to finish it because this is it. I'm going to tell you, dude, there's going to be multiple moments in this game where you're just like, I don't think things can get better than this. If I could go back in time and do it all over again and play the entire game over again for the first time, I would. Yeah. And it wouldn't be, if that was like my only chance to time travel, it wouldn't be a wasted time travel.
Oh, definitely not.
It's higher up on my list than going back in time and kicking, Hitler in the balls. Higher up.
Damn.
That's how much I love this game.
Hardcore.
That's Metal Gear Solid 3, everybody.
Yeah.
We loved it. We were reserved a little bit about it because it wasn't as good as 2 or 1. Definitely not as good as 2 in my opinion. 2 is just still just so superior in so many ways for me.
I still have relapses into that. I'm like, that just happened. That happened.
Yeah.
That was a thing. Oh,
yeah, right. No. I was running around naked and it was really cold. Anyways, 3 is amazing. If anyone's listening to this for some reason and they haven't played it yet, guess what? The entire game's just been spoiled for you. But do not let this sway you from going and playing it, because it is a great game. And by the way, there's spoilers in this episode. Next time on Optional Bosses, we're talking Borderlands 2 and Journey. Journey! Yeah. Take the ride. Game on.
Game on.
Another one-liner.